still gotta be brushed.
You don't have a beard.
Neither do you.
We're gonna be in a race now to see who grows the longest beard.
You wanna do that?
Yeah.
Taking steroids.
Just.
Yeah, right now, where are they?
Yeah. Okay.
What are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
All right. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. In 3, 2. Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your entertainment podcast for everything movies, television, video games, and more. My name is Adam.
And I'm Oliver.
And today we're talking about Past the Halfway Point in Secret Invasion, Episode 4.
It was a lot shortest episode.
Shortest episode. It felt like it just went right by.
It's like, what, 30 minutes, basically?
About. Yeah.
Like, excluding the 1,000-minute intro and the credits. But, yeah, it was like a 30-minute episode.
The 1,000-minute
But it was intense.
intro.
Yeah, it was like, basically average. But, no, it was intense.
It was like,
intense.
oh man. Okay, so we got confirmation that Gaia did not die.
Right.
Extremis.
Right.
So she survived. And who knows what other power she gave herself. It seemed like it was only Extremis, but we'll see.
Well, we don't know.
And it definitely fuels the theory that she might become a character in the comics called Abigail Brand, who had green hair, just as a defining feature. And she was the leader of Sword, or in this case, Saber, up on whatever spaceship. And she, like, helps everyone. She has, like, fire-ish powers. So it kind of makes sense that she would have taken Extremis.
Okay.
So I think that's what's going to happen. A lot of people thought that she was going to take over from her father as Nick Fury's right-hand man. And after this episode, kind of seems like that's what's happening.
It's probably, yeah. It kind of looks like
because
it.
we probably just saw the death of Talos.
I think we did. I low-key kind of hope we do. Because I do like Talos. Is it Talos?
But
Talos.
Talos. But it's the same exact way that we left Gaia, where it's like just the
but
lingering shot on the body.
I don't want every Skrull that we like to have plot armor. I want people to die. That's what makes a good show.
No, I also want people to die too, but it was just a shitty death.
No, he saved the president.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, like, he got shot in the arm.
Yeah, and then fought through it, and then got stabbed in the heart.
Yeah.
Pretty good death.
Yeah, true. But, like, and then Nick Fury just shooting Gravik in the face.
Dude, that was awesome.
Like, it's supposed to be a surrogate son, essentially, and, like, just shot him in the face,
You got the
man.
generic dramatic, like, face turn that he's, like, healing, and then he's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he
Super
was.
Skrulls.
Yeah, he was definitely, like, shocked by that.
He definitely knows. You think he knows what it is? He's like, oh, shit, it's Extremis.
I don't know. But then again, Nick Fury had a fucking liquid tracker on Rhodey, which we now get confirmed that Rhodey is a Skrull and is a female Skrull.
And we don't know from
what?
What? Or when?
But, like, I'm starting to wonder, was that supposed to be Soren?
Soren. What do you mean? Who's Soren?
Talos' wife? Did she not die?
Ooh.
Because there's some theories
Did
going
we
around.
see her die?
No, we just heard about it.
Okay.
So, like, because she was alive by Far From Home.
You're right. Yeah.
So the thing is that, like, for me, I've seen a lot of theories online where they say there tends to be two different personalities when it comes to Nick Fury that we've been noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's the one where it's like, oh, he gets home to his wife and everything else. But then there's the one where he goes to meet up with people, whether it be Rhodey or Talos or anyone else like that, and it just seems different and weird. And some people are thinking, like, is Soren dead, or is she are there two Furies at the moment? One is Soren, the other one is Fury, and they're working together to kind of throw people off, because it always seems like no matter what it is, these characters keep getting surprised by Fury's here, Fury's here, Fury's here.
He could be in two places.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, is if do we have two?
Well, he's
different
already been
Furies?
in two places at once in the first episode. Like, Gravik is...
Yeah,
was
Gravik
Fury
mimicked
for a
him, so
little bit.
what's to say no other Skrull can mimic him?
Right. Also, with during that drinking scene, which I liked, where he B&E'd in Rhodey's hotel room,
Yeah.
and then he pulls out the video. To our knowledge, they can't be exactly replicated, right? Like scrolls can't exactly replicate
There's
unless
certain things where
there's like
he
certain stipulations, I
well,
think.
there was one thing where like Fury and Captain Marvel said, "I like my toast cut diagonally. If I don't eat it diagonally, it's not me."
Yeah, okay.
Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like little
So
details.
yeah,
Okay.
so like those things, but I don't know
I wonder
about.
if like
I think the
Fury is
eye
like
patch was what was the difference. Was when he was wearing the eye patch, they couldn't mimic
that,
what
or he
was.
shot with his left hand or something. I don't
No,
know.
I think it was the eye patch that like they couldn't mimic what was under the eye patch if they couldn't see it. But now that he's come back down without it,
I see.
that kind of stuff. Because I also think the limp is fake that he has.
The Olympus what?
The limp he has
Oh, the
is
limp.
fake.
Yeah.
I think that's fake.
Mm.
I think he's messing with people. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he knew what he was doing when he came down, and I feel like he's still ahead of that in so many ways.
In that same scene, he made him drink that bourbon
Yeah.
just to throw off the president. Be
Mhm.
like, all right, this guy's fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Step off.
Yep.
Have a mint, or
So,
get
like,
him a
yeah.
full cup of coffee.
Yeah, it was definitely like, I don't know. It was really weird with that. And then also the liquid tracking device that was in him. And we also have the standoff between him and his wife,
That was cool. That was an intense dialogue.
where we finally get to find out who she impersonated, why she impersonated them,
Mm-hmm.
and figuring out that, oh, like, I promise I'd never hurt you. And then they both shoot, and you think, like, someone shot the other one, and they
But
both
no,
purposely
neither
missed.
was a miss on purpose. Yeah, that was cool.
And he ends up leaving her, and it seems like they're done.
I don't think so.
I don't know, as of right now.
Well, he did say, she did ask, like, like, if I was my true self, would you
Yeah.
still love me? And
But
he's
after
like,
they,
well, I
like,
guess we're
didn't shoot
loving
each
him.
other, he's like, I don't know if we should get divorced or renew our vows.
Right.
So
So
it's
I
like,
don't know.
it's
It's
gonna
kind
leave
of
that limbo,
open ended a
yeah.
little bit.
So I don't know. It's oh man, dude.
It was a good episode. It was good, as short as it was.
Yeah.
The whole helicopter scene was good in the end. There, that was intense. Pretending to be Russians and
I still think the president is either gonna die or step down because we know that Harrison Ford is coming as Thaddeus Ross, and
Mhm.
he should be president in that moment. So it's like between here and then.
we do think like the president isn't a Skrull because he smelled the bourbon on
I don't think the president's
no
a Skrull.
okay, I don't think so either
No, I really don't.
because he literally insulted the presidency. He doesn't know when the sun's coming up.
It still just brings back the fact of how long has fucking Rhodey been a Skrull?
I don't. Yeah, they
Because
didn't
we
go
still
over
don't
that.
know. We now know confirmation that the Rhodey we're seeing is a Skrull.
And it's confirmation also that I think Rhodey now knows that Fury knows that he's a Skrull because of the bourbon.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's like a safe assumption because he
So-
got pissed. He's like, "Get me a mint. Open this door."
Yeah. Like, it just, to me, it just really boggles my mind of like, is this recent or is this the whole fucking time? Because nothing about it screams either side, because all of these Skrulls were mad when Fury not only blipped, but then went up to Saber. So like his dick attitude right now towards Fury could be
Yeah.
because of that, not necessarily because he's recently a Skrull. He could have always been one on Fury's side, and
Right.
just like the rest of them turned. So that's why he's being a little more of a dick.
Ooh.
Because now the plan's in action, he doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
That reasoning when during the bench scene with Gaia and Talos.
Yeah.
What side do you reside with if you were a Skrull?
I don't know.
It's tough, right? Like, do you live for your species, or do you try? Because let's be real, if Skrulls reveal their true selves to humans, you think humans are? That's gonna be chaos.
Well,
Right.
let's look at it this way. There was a point where Gravik was seeing everything. Like, I would have to look back at it and see if Gravik changed into that guy before or after the whole, hey, he's an alien, he's on our side.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy stopped shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it like shows like, oh, if that is a human, like humans do have that thing of like, okay, I trust you, so I'll trust this alien.
Right.
Or if that was Gravik the whole time, I'd have to look back and see when Gravik noticed Fury and Talos like on the ground. Because
I don't even know if they showed that. Oh, they might have.
They showed him looking in a mirror and then seeing it, but I don't remember what. I would have to rewatch those last
Right.
few
The
minutes.
soldier. Right.
Yeah. So it goes down to, I feel it's a big form of gaslighting at the moment of like, oh, humans won't accept you because we say they won't accept you, and you got to do this because this is what's good for us. And
Mhm.
it's like, I don't. Why do you tell me this is what's good for us? Like, what gives you that? Just like I can't say it's not good for us. What gives you the right to say it is good for us?
Right.
You,
But
and
don't.
also with the fact that Talos said to Nick Fury in the train car, we were a species that were willing to wage war. Like we liked to wage war. So it seems like they just like to do this. So I
Oh,
don't.
I see.
The Kree and Skrull conflict from Captain Marvel could have been because some of the Skrulls just wanted to wage war.
I mean, I can feel like humans and squirrels are so similar.
In a way, yeah, just like we are. Like we just
We
like to
just
fight
wage
each other.
war.
Yeah, we
That's
fight
why
each
it's so
other.
easy to turn us against each other.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Like it's just the same thing with these Skrulls. Like they're not. They don't need to do that. They could probably walk around in their own skin, but also at the same time, like if you don't and you pretend to be humans, it helps with intergalactic threats that we've been happening where they think we're just going to take over the humans, not knowing there's a million Skrulls that probably could have the Super Skrull serum that could also help defend Earth.
Right.
So
We could have a scroll Avenger.
essentially,
Yeah.
so it's like we could have someone with powers everywhere on the planet Earth, so we can always take care of shit.
Oh my God. This is the boys. One
Kind of.
scroll for each city.
Kind of. So that's what I'm like leaning towards.
Hmm.
What about you?
I don't know. I think it's just gonna be utter chaos. I don't think there's gonna be any scrolls alive,
Yeah.
except for Gaia probably, and
Mhm.
maybe a select other few, like the guy that they recruited at the gate in the first episode.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him yet, but he seemed very uncomfortable in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
There might be like a select few, but Gravik's gonna get fucked up, I fear.
Yeah, true.
I don't know how, but Aldrich Killian died from like I think overheat. I think he got overheated and
Yeah.
exploded
Mm-hmm.
essentially. So I don't know.
Gravik might do the same thing to himself. Who knows?
Yeah.
All those powers because he has more than one, obviously.
Yo, yeah, they revealed Groot. He had
Yeah.
Groot powers.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, dude? That was nuts.
So we still have to see Frost Giant and what the Cull Obsidian power is gonna do
right.
because that can make him bigger.
You think he has like all four?
I think this is
Think he's-
really
he's
leading into
greedy enough to-
Fantastic
to have
Four.
all
This is
four?
really leading into Fantastic Four.
It is a little bit.
I really want to see what the Frost Giants or Frost Beasts
And no one else has a
power is that because it doesn't say what specifically they took from it.
right.
So it's like, do they take its brute strength still, or does it have an invisibility ability that Gravik's been using to move around places?
That could be. And also, how come the guy that shot Talos, he hasn't shown any abilities yet, has he? I feel like he should. He's like Gravik's right hand man, basically. I feel
So
like he
far,
would.
no.
Is Gravik the only one?
I don't know.
Man, I hate this weekly shit.
It'd be really crazy if the person that has been Gravik's right hand man is Soren.
Ooh,
As an
that'd be
undercover
cool.
agent, and the whole time which would mean like that moves back to like the whole thing of let's look back real fast. Let's make a theory.
Okay.
But before we make that theory, here's a word from our sponsor. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist in their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off at your first month at betterhelp.com/nerdlocker, and that's betterhelp.com/nerdlocker, and we have also linked them down below in the description. So this theory is,
Oh, we're back.
yeah, we're back. And so this theory is essentially you look at it from this. Let's go back to episode 1. There was a point when Gravik gives Gaia a task to do, and she does it, like whatever. But she goes into the car outside, and remember that right hand man's out there, and he like closes the
Right.
door on her and looks at her for a while. If you look back at these moments when there's these interactions with them, doesn't it kind of seem like a mother looking at their daughter? Like maybe he wasn't looking at her in a way of like, because they just established female Skrull impersonating Rhodey.
Oh yeah.
So
like a
they did
male.
that on purpose. There was like, it's like why,
It's like the purpose towel wrap,
but
and we're like, oh, female. Is it because we guessed Gaia?
but the thing is this, like why go through that? And this is why I'm saying it. The actors normally play the Skrull version of themselves with makeup on, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So why not put Don Cheadle in that makeup? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like they're showing us just that like you can also change gender, which we
Right.
already knew but wasn't really used a lot. It's normally just guy to guy, girl to girl.
Hmm.
Like it's really not like they don't really show us that difference. So for them to go this far is trying to maybe show us like, okay, so maybe someone that you've been following that is a male or female is actually a male or female Skrull,
Hmm.
like the opposite. So let's look at it this way: the right hand man that's been behind Gravik and doing all this stuff could be Soren, who maybe does agree somewhat with Gravik's stuff, but knows the only way to beat him is to get from the inside, and that's why looking at Gaia, making Gaia feel uneasy, like keep pushing her away towards Talos' side. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, be enough of a dick to push her to go to her dad. Like, go to him. He's going to help you. And I'll take care of Gravik.
Yo, where's Gaia in all this too during that whole battle?
Not seen. Because
Which
remember,
is
Gravik
weird.
still thinks she's dead. So she has to keep a low cover for right now.
Yo, Gaia's gonna be pissed though.
She's
She
going
finds
to
out
be
her
extremely pissed. She's
dad.
going to kill
She's gonna be an extremist piss.
Like, you try to kill me, and then you killed my dad.
Right. That's gonna be
Probably
so
even my
cool.
mom. If
That's
they
gonna be
don't end
so
up
cool.
showing that. You know what I mean?
I'm glad they kept Amelia Clark. She's good.
Yeah, I do think that she's been doing very well.
I am sad. The voice for Talos is pretty awesome.
I just don't know.
He's dead. He's dead.
I don't know.
That gives
Because,
Gaia so much
I
motivation.
mean, there is a part in the trailer when it first released where Gaia is cradling his body. So maybe she does show up to that wreckage and find him. But, like, I don't believe Ben Mendelsohn is not going to be in the next episode, even if it's to die out in a better fashion. Whether it be like a
Oh.
speech to Gaia or something like that. Like, he's not fully dead yet. When Nick Fury leaves, he probably still has some life left in him. She shows up, brings him up, and he talks to her before he, like, passes kind of thing. But, like, he is still, just like Kobe Smulders was fucking credited because of the security
Flashback.
footage.
Yeah.
He's going to get credited for another episode. If not the next
It was
one after
literally
that,
2
too, for,
seconds
like, a
of, like,
flashback.
Of Colby.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
But either way, like, he'll get credited for the next one and probably get credited for the last one because they'll probably use flashbacks
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form. So, like,
But I
he'll
think
still
in this
show up.
episode, I think he's dead. Like that's the last we're gonna see.
I
of
think
Talos.
he'll be dead next episode.
Dead now.
No, she's got to talk to him.
Mm-mm.
She's not going to just show up to a dead body. She's not going to let that, like, they're not going to let that last speech
I
between
think
them
it'll
be
be
like, you don't know what you're fighting for.
I think that speech continues. I think we got cut off before like right at the end.
If that speech continues, then he probably also has some kind of power. Because she could have stolen another one and said, please just do this with me. This is the only way we're going to be able to beat
Don't you
Gravik.
need the giant machine and shit?
I don't know. Maybe she found a way around it. Or gave
Yo,
it to Fury.
What day is it? Oh man,
What?
I want to see the next episode already.
No, because I'm thinking like she could also have given it to Fury, and Fury has all these other ways of doing things. Who knows? He might have had a way to inject him with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Crazy. Think Rhodey's gonna die? What if the real Rhodey's like tied up somewhere?
He might be down in that thing getting like lasered.
Yeah,
or
or
whatever,
well, yeah, that seems.
I just
more
want to know when it
plausible.
happened. Did it happen prior to this, or did it happen like? I think it'd be more satisfying if it happened while we were like actively watching him. I just like I don't want Rhodey to be a Skrull the whole time. I think that kind of diminishes a lot of stuff. But if he was a Skrull from a point where we saw it, because it looks weird when you look back, that's probably why they brought it up in this one, because Fury tells Rhodey like, "Come on, us brothers have to stick together, right?"
Mhm.
And Rhodey gave a similar speech to Sam Wilson, Falcon, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, of like, people like us didn't get far in this world, blah blah blah, talking about, you know, people that are black.
Mhm.
So it's like, would a Skrull relate to that way, or is a Skrull talking about their Skrullness
Right.
and stuff? And like, it just, there's so many things where it's like, does that make that speech mean less because he was a Skrull instead of being just a genuine person of color?
Mm-hmm.
And those kind of issues. So like, I know where people feel with that. It's like, oh, well, we saw him here. That means that doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. But it's like, for me, I'd be satisfied if it was during Civil War when he got swapped out.
Right.
Like when he fell.
When he fell,
like that
with Vision, right?
Yeah, because of the very quick recovery to be able to walk again after that. Kind of seems weird unless he had Skrull abilities that can heal him faster. You know what I mean? So like, that would be understandable, and that would mean that Tony Stark knew, like, maybe he was like, okay, my friend's gonna be okay, he's gonna recover longer, but in the meantime we'll have this other person take over. You know, and maybe during the blip, maybe his recovering body in the coma snapped, and this Rhodey had to take over for 5 years.
Right,
You
just
know what I
like
mean?
the Fury's wife.
Yeah.
Like, will be, the daughter to my parents. He's like, you
Yeah,
did that,
exactly
all
like
that
that.
stuff, kind
Yeah.
of
So
thing.
it's like it makes you wonder of what could have happened. So it's like as long as they give us a satisfying conclusion of that, I don't want it to be off screen that it happened to Rhodey. That's the only thing. Like I just don't want it to be like something that happened that they filmed specifically for this. I would rather it have been like, oh, cool, we didn't see that a couple of years ago when it
Hmm.
happened, kind of thing. So, and I also still feel like there's at least one more scroll reveal we're not expecting in the last two
I
episodes,
think so
even
too.
if it's a post-credit scene.
I think so too.
Like to
There's no, has there hasn't been post credit
there
yet.
hasn't been one yet. There's probably gonna be one at the end of this.
Okay.
But like even if it's a post credit scene where it's like one more character that just random MCU character that's also a scroll just reveal and it's like, oh shit, da da da, and then
Mhm.
just leaves us there. Like I'd be okay with that. I'd be pissed because I want to know more, but at the same time be like, all right, this isn't because I don't want this to go away with a series. I don't want the scroll. I don't think they
I think Skrull's
deserve.
gonna be around for a little
Yeah,
bit.
I don't think they deserve to be
Just
shoot
cut
out after this or like become a minor character. Eternals, I don't give a shit about, but like Skrulls deserve their time in the limelight, whether it be in Secret Wars or King Dynasty, wherever they help out,
Mhm.
or Thunderbolts, which this is probably gonna lend to, because I feel like this is gonna probably lead somewhere into Captain America 4. We know this leads into Armor Wars. We know it leads into Ironheart because of Rhodey. Ironheart and Armor Wars are Rhodey.
Jesus.
We know that Captain America 4 with the president, like more political stuff, so this is gonna be tied in some way because it has to be. We know the Marvels coming out has Nick Fury, so that's got to be tied in. And we also know that the Thunderbolts, which has Val, who I think might be the other Skrull. I 100% think that Val, the one that's been recruiting U.S.
Right.
agent, everyone else, is a Skrull. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Working for the government kind of stuff, but the
Yeah,
dark
yeah,
side
yeah,
of the
yeah,
government
yeah.
would be another. That would be a okay reveal for me. Be like, oh, okay, whatever. And then we'd like touch more on that in the Thunderbolts, which has Winter Soldier and Yelena Belova and Red Guardian and Ghost and Taskmaster. All these people that are like a little more grounded that would get more shocked by the reveal of, oh, Skrulls are amongst us
Mhm.
kind of stuff. Some of them are even blipped. So it's like they just don't know about it. And also think about this as well. They're currently in Russia, which is
Right.
where Dracoff and Black Widow
Mhm.
was happening with Red Guardian and stuff. So like
Right.
this all could coincide.
Technically,
Like
yeah,
that might,
exists.
I
at
mean,
the
they
same
already
time.
mentioned Dracoff in the fact of like I forget what it was like the flashback where Fury was getting slipped something. They're like, yeah, we were looking into Dracoff's men like back in the 90s, and I was like, oh, that was what they're talking about is literally right before the Black Widow movie, like that exact scenario. So Fury was supposed to be there, never made it there because he was dealing with Skrulls.
Right.
So he should have been there.
Damn.
So like
We need
it
like
just-
a board, like with yarn. and-
yeah, essentially, yeah, and see where things connect. But this is going to connect to, I mean, we need to make one for the future of where this can connect. And maybe we'll talk about it more by the end of the season of where we think it's going to go, especially based on what they end it with and what our predictions are of like what specific movies and series does
They're
this
gonna connect with
does this
Skrulls.
affect, you know, like where's this going through, whether it be with Skrulls or just what happens with the Skrulls in general. Because if Emilia Clarke stays around as Abigail Brand, we're gonna have like she's gonna pop up probably in the Marvels, probably in these other ones, because she's gonna be the one that comes down and does that. And then the last thing I'm gonna say, because I just thought about this,
What?
do you remember at the end of I think it was WandaVision, Monica Rambeau
Yeah.
was approached by a Skrull, remember?
Yeah.
To say come up to Saber or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So we know that that is how it's connected to the Marvels. But that was a female Skrull. Is that the same Rhodey Skrull?
We don't know.
We would have to look back at the eyes because the eyes are the big indication.
Yeah, because they.
We'd have to look back at Soren.
That's exactly what I looked
Yeah.
at.
So we should look after this, and we'll talk about this next week. Whatever we find out, we should look at Soren and look at that actress
And
that played
see-
that, and see if the eyes match because they did a close
A
up
close up of the eyes
for a reason.
And I put it out like I was like, oh, Amelia Clark has really pretty eyes.
Yeah.
And then that was immediately what I looked at when
yeah,
they showed that
but
scroll.
she has like more like
It was like-
green, and
it was
this one's
like-
more blue.
blue and then a big. What is that called?
Pupil.
Pupil.
All right. Well, anyways, where can they find you, bud?
You can find me at the Sphere 21 on any major social media platform except for TikTok. I'm Oliver Kahn VA.
And you can find me at Amori Photography. You can find the studio at Archangel Studios Official, and you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I gotta poop. Again.